morning, y'all. Hope you're doing good. We're going to talk about this FISA bill today, which is basically the Patriot Act on steroids. You thought the Patriot Act was bad? Wait till they get their dirty little mitts on this thing. The FISA bill, y'all. They're already low-jacking us like a whole bunch of cattle. This is why I tell you all the time, I use these refuge privacy sleeves. You just slip your phone in here. It blocks out cameras, blocks out all the 5G signals, even blocks out sound. So they can't hear anything you're doing or where you're going. You just totally go ghost. I'm telling y'all, tracking on any conservative people between now and the election is going to go up about 100-fold. So give them the middle finger, disappear whenever you want to, use code BUDDY to get 15% off. It's refugeprivacy.com. I will put the link below. So in case you didn't know, FISA stands for Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, and it's in the House right now, ready to give Americans a complete prostate exam with the biggest finger doctor you've ever... We don't need to get into that. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And I'm telling y'all right now, the most amount of liberty you're ever going to feel in this lifetime is realizing that in Congress, on both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrat, they're both worth about as much as a dingleberry on a rented mule, okay? There was only 19 Republicans out of 218 that tried to block this bill. This means that the other 199 so-called conservatives, so-called Republicans that are in the House right now, they actually want a surveillance state. If y'all remember, the Patriot Act was put in by Bush, and it was probably one of the worst moves by a U.S. president and a U.S. Congress that's ever been enacted since the beginning of our country. For those of y'all who need a little refresher on what the Patriot Act is, I will tell y'all. It removed checks and balances on government oversight. It made it so there was almost zero public accountability. If you wanted to challenge the government, even in court, it all but took the ability away. It allowed the government officials to target citizens who were not even under criminal investigation. And lastly, it allowed for unlawful imprisonment. It's amazing we send these people to Congress and they actually vote for this stuff and they don't represent us at all, ain't it? I guess the bottom line is, without foreign money, without foreign interference, Congress would be completely finished. How's that for a headline? I kind of like it. I'm trying to figure out, y'all, if you really read the news and you're reading about this FISA stuff, why is this a MAGA thing? Why is being against it a MAGA thing or even a Republican thing? Shouldn't this just be like an American thing? Because I don't even know any American alive right now who wants a camera stuck in their face in the middle of the street. I don't know any American alive right now who wants to be listened to against their will or without cause. Hell, my 7th grader is doing intro to government right now, and even he knows this whole FISA thing and the Patriot Act are unconstitutional. Let me remind y'all of the 4th Amendment, y'all. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, in their house, in their papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation. That's the 4th Amendment. So this whole thing's not even a dadgum discussion when you think about it. It's unconstitutional. Our own national security advisor right here in America, Jake Sullivan, said if we lost FISA, we would lose vital insight into precisely the threats Americans expect the government to identify and counter. Are you kidding me, Peepin' Tom? If you really wanted to eliminate the threats of the foreigners coming in, maybe you should have started with securing the border, but now there's about 22 million of them in here. So you don't get to take away the last freedom that we're actually holding on to, which is the freedom to move about the country and not have to think about, are we getting watched by a Peepin' Tom up in the trees? This ain't Hunger Games. You don't get to watch us and you don't get to watch anybody. You let them in, you cause this problem, you fix it. You mop it up. And here's a real question, y'all. What good is the FISA court when they're being lied to by the FBI on how they got the warrant in the first place? You don't just take the FBI's word as gospel, except they do. And that's exactly how we got here. We are walking through the tall grass, my friends, and I'm just trying to tell y'all where the dadgum snakes are. Does that make sense? They're tracking us and they're dug in like an Alabama tick. So grab one of these things, disappear, give the feds the middle finger, and go about your business the American way, the way it should be. God bless y'all.